So, I did end up trying out the new WoW expansion. It timed fairly well since, like, in Final Fantasy, I cleared the tier, a month ago. So I'm basically like doing my reclears in the beginning of the week and then playing WoW. So what do I think? I just want to talk about what I think about it. And the too long didn't read. If you watched my previous video, most of what I said I think turned out to be fairly true. So we'll just go through this really quick. The story. I actually think the story is pretty good. It's not amazing. It's still very cliche. But I don't think that's a bad thing. You see, cliches work as long as they're done well, as long as they're written well. There's nothing. There are no new stories, just good ways of telling the same ones. And this is very much that. The villain Xal'atath is Evil McEvilton. We have the heroes who have internal struggles while they're, having an outward struggle against, monsters and whatnot. But I liked them. I thought Anduin and Illyria felt like real characters. I wanted them to succeed. I was rooting for them. The writing of their dialogue and the performance of their voice actors and the animators were all really, really good. So even though, like, yeah, it was your normal, cliche fantasy story, I quite enjoyed it. I thought the pace was good. It was fairly short, which is fine. So my only complaint about the story, well, two complaints. One, they're still time gating things for some reason. So, like, you had to wait a few weeks to finish all that's available right now. They got to stop doing that. It's just annoying. Let us just play through the story and then enjoy the gameplay afterwards. And what I predicted would happen in my last video, based on what the same thing that they've done in previous expansions, is you finish the campaign that's available right now, and it's not really any conclusion of anything. Like, they just kind of stop in the middle of the story, and now we wait, I guess, for 3 months or something for something to maybe happen. The raid came out yesterday. I haven't done it, but it's WoW. I just watched the end cinematic on YouTube, and nothing really happens in that either. It's just Xal'atath being Evil McEvilton again. The Spider Queen dies. Cool. They were never really important anyway. But yeah, the story, I enjoyed the story a lot. I like the characters a lot. I am interested to see what happens next. That probably won't happen fast enough for me to stay invested in the story. But I'm interested enough that even if I unsubscribe, I'll probably come back at some point to catch up on the story. Just to see more of what I've seen already. So that was good. Gameplay wise, first classes, I've only leveled 2 classes. I did this story as a hunter because I wanted something ranged and something that could solo really well, which historically has been hunter. And then after that, I did a few levels here and there on a whole bunch of different classes just to see if something kind of piqued my interest. And surprisingly, that was paladin. I really like Ret paladin right now. That's what this is, even though it looks like a Death Knight. I just like the Death Knight aesthetic. But this is a paladin. My headcanon for the character is kind of like what's that one 4 horsemen? Lord Zeliak? I think there was a 4 Horsemen Death Knight in Nax that did holy damage. Kind of my headcanon is like, this is a character like that, you know, if I were to RP, which I don't, but if I were, that would be this character. But Ret Paladin just feels really good. And as far as gameplay goes, it's a mixed bag. The reason I think Paladin really struck me was because the new hero talent, I chose Templar. I haven't even tried Herald of the Sun because Templar is just really freaking fun. What is Templar? Basically, every 30 seconds when I use Wake of Ashes, I get to follow that up with a really big like magic hammer that I pick up and slam the ground, and it just feels really, really good to press. And it's every 30 seconds that I can do that, and it flows really well and it feels really good to do. Every time I get to press that button, it feels good. Paladin is fun right now. I'm just having so much fun in Paladin. So, you know, I'm going to continue the game at least a little bit, and I think that's going to be Paladin. As far as the actual gameplay goes, it's still WoW. You know, if you've played WoW before, you're going to know what this feels like now. You're still going to be doing world quests, you're still going to be doing dungeons, you're probably going to go into raids. I'm not very interested in the raiding aspect of it. Like I said, the raid came out yesterday. A friend of mine went into the looking for raid, and I know looking for raid is never like a great experience, but we ended up wiping on one of the bosses. I know, wiping and looking for raid, right? And it kind of reminded me of how painful it is to wipe in this game, and you have to run back and rebuff and yada yada, and then you can try again. Oh god, they just need to get away with that. Do away with that. They just need to spawn you right at the boss. Seriously. But what really was fun for me was dungeons. Mythic Zeros came out yesterday, and I did exactly what I was looking forward to. Me and some friends of mine went in. We were woefully undergeared. We were not supposed to be in Mythic Zero with the gear that we had, to the point where like there were mechanics that were killing us in like 2 hits. That probably shouldn't have been killing us in 2 hits. But it was really fun to do that, because we really had to tighten things up. We really had to dodge everything we could dodge. We had to use our abilities in the best way that we can. Like, for example, I think it was our Akara, the last boss. A mechanic in that is like the boss tries to pull you in and then blow you up, and you have to root yourself so you don't get pulled in. But at the same time, there's timings that can occur there where you could get rooted, and then AoEs can hit you. AoEs that you're supposed to dodge, right? And so, like me being a paladin, I found that I could just Blessing of Freedom out of that. So instead of DPSing the thing that's rooting you, I can just Blessing of Freedom and you can move freely. So as soon as the boss's AoE went off, I would Blessing of Freedom the healer. And because I have a talent that also Blessing of Freedom's me, so that's 2 of us that could just move instantly and then not get hit by stuff. And just little tweaks like that, and really learning the fight. It was really fun. Just doing that with the guys, that is like 90% of my enjoyment of this game. So if I can do that, then I'll probably continue a little bit. Everything else in the game, I just don't care about. You know, like I'll do a few chores, I guess. Like I have a quest here, like do 10 world quests. Yeah, I'll do 10 world quests. Something that I noticed really early on when I first started playing the game is they throw a ton of different currencies at you. Like look at this big list of currencies, right? This is just for the War Within. I'm gonna be honest with you. Where I am right now, in what I am looking for in my games, I do not care about these currencies, and I don't want to care about these currencies. like, yeah, I want my character to get stronger, but like, I look at this list and I'm like, oh, geez. Oh, geez. New upgrade stuff came out yesterday, and I didn't play Dragonflight, so this is kind of new to me. And I was on Discord with a friend, and I just straight up asked him, like, do I need to care about this? And the answer is yes, because apparently it gives you tier pieces. And I was like disappointed that I couldn't just ignore it completely, because I just want to log in. I want to do dungeons with my friends, and log out. All of this stuff and all of this rep stuff, as you can see, I've been basically ignoring rep stuff for the most part. I don't care, and I don't want to care. And so, like, it's a lot of this stuff is probably really important to, like, my character power. I can't. I'm not gonna do all those chores or whatever to do that. And maybe it's really simple. Maybe if I did look into it, it'd be, you know, just a really quick thing to do. But I don't wanna. So that's where I am right now. Pretty much most of what I said in my last video is true. It surprised me that, you know, I enjoyed the story as much as I did. Like I said, the writing was really good. I liked the characters. I'm disappointed that it's basically over, and I'm gonna have to wait a long time to see anything else happen into it. And I'm looking forward to doing dungeons with my friends. And other than that, there's really nothing in the game that I want to do. There's lots of stuff to do, and if you want to play the game and you're interested in that and you enjoy doing all that stuff, it's great. Me personally, I'm just not really interested. So my final thoughts are, it's still WoW. If you're looking for like some different experience than what it has been in the past, it's not that. It's still WoW. If you liked WoW in the past, you'll probably like WoW now. Because it is basically more the same. However, I think so far, at least in my experience, it's a really good version of what it was before. This is a very good version of WoW from my experience so far. Maybe I'm wrong. Will I play a lot longer? I don't know. I have like 11 days left in my subscription. If I continue to have great fun with my friends in dungeons, and I can do that and kind of like still play with them, and one of my friends, like, he's gonna go really hard into Mythic Plus. And I probably won't be able to keep up with him. And so, like, if my friends go really hard and just kind of outpace me to where, like, they can probably play with me, but if I'm gonna be like holding them back because I don't want to do a lot of extra stuff, I probably just won't play. But if I can kind of do the bare minimum and still have fun in dungeons with my friends, I'll probably stay subscribed. If I can't do that, then I'll probably unsubscribe, and I'm fine with that. Those are my thoughts. Tell me what you think below.